Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I have a revolution in high-quality streaming content, because today, I'm going to be destroying an iceberg biome. And I guess mostly, more than just destroying the biome, I'm going to be doing so because I want to get me some packed ice, and I want some blue ice really, really bad in Minecraft. I want packed ice to turn into blue ice, and I want blue ice because it's already blue ice, because I have a huge boat thing in the sky. You'll see it at some point in the video, but I need a lot of blue ice for that. And also, just in general, it's kind of a nice thing, in my opinion, to go mining some ice. So that's what we'll be doing in today's live stream, which I hope you all do enjoy, by the way. So, in case you're curious, every Toycat that live stream starts like a minute late or something like that. I realized I didn't have that audio till just now. Every Toycat live stream starts like a minute late. That's just the, the basic reality we accept. But, oh, and also, every Toycat live stream starts a bit loud because of Fallout settings. But yeah, good to see you, everyone. Hi, hello. Hope you're having an excellent Wednesday. Yeah, this is a random extra stream. I was expecting a snapshot today. I know a lot of us were. But at the last minute, Dynamon said maybe tomorrow, maybe not ever. He's traveling, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that one goes. But I think in the meantime, you know what the people want? The people want to see some packed ice being broken. If there's one thing I know about the people, broadly speaking, it's that they want to see packed ice mining streams. So yeah, hello everyone. Hi, hello. How are you, says Swirly Hamster? I'm doing pretty good actually. I've had a pretty solid day. I've been playing Fallout 76. I'll be honest, just too much. But it's been good. I mean, like, honestly, some days playing games too much is kind of a good thing. I mean, I guess too much of anything isn't... too much of anything isn't a good thing, because it's therefore just the right amount in a different way. But I think I played the right amount of Fallout, I should say, which in my case was too much Fallout. So yeah, it's been a good day in general. I'm looking forward to playing some more off the stream, but I wanted to play some Minecraft because I need some ice in my Let's Play world kind of badly. And I've wanted to do one of these, like things where I just destroy this iceberg biome for quite some time. It was just one of those things I'm like, why is this happening? But today, we can do it anyway because reasons, we don't need logic or whatever. So, you should do a furnace smelting stream. Shall I just sit there staring at furnaces while they smelt? That might be the next revolution in live streaming content. You never know. You never know until you try it. By the way, I have something also. I don't know if you want to see it or not, but I have it set up, so if I want to, I can just show fairly easily the sub count on stream, because it's kind of riveting just to see it go up and down, particularly the last few days. The channel's been going fairly well because of that whole communist experiment, and it's kind of curious to see the effect that has, and how like, oh no, I lost 2 subscribers, never mind. It's like the Norwegian like bank fund, the Norwegian government fund, where you can just see it go up and down wildly, so it's kind of fun. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know if you want to see it or not. I just want to see it go back above where I started, and then we'll get rid of it. Oh no, it's going down rapidly, and okay, we're back up. But thank you very much, Football Player 175, for the $2 super chat. You're my favorite YouTuber, bro. Thank you very much, bro, Mr. Football Player. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So, with that said, what will happen when you reach 1 million subs? If that happens, which the goal is for it to happen, right? You get a gold plaque. Honestly, the gold plaque is huge. You don't even realize. I know this is like, this is like next level first world problems, but it is something worth noting that like a gold plaque is a huge, like, to try and put this in perspective, it's like, I don't know, here to here or something. This is terrible. It's like 5 bananas across or something like that. Bananas are big, right? Bananas are real big. So, yeah, that's a thing. Toycat doesn't respond to verified YouTubers. Was that guy a verified YouTuber? Oh, well, that's awesome, right? So anyway, with that said, can you mine bedrock for 90 minutes? Yeah, you actually could mine bedrock for 90 minutes. Would be a good investment of your time. But yeah, so, today, I've had a pretty good day. I've been inside most of the day, because that's how you play video games, right? And probably in the long term, by the way, pro tip, don't do that too much. But I did go out today because I was craving ice cream. I know it makes me sound like a pregnant woman. And let's be honest, I haven't had a pregnancy test in forever. So I might be a pregnant woman. We haven't got the science to confirm that I'm not. But yeah, I just get like ice cream cravings because, it's a thing I get, okay? You sometimes bleed out of your... I was gonna just pick anywhere that you shouldn't be bleeding out of, and it's like, oh yeah, that's not good, but it happens to everyone at some point. And I crave ice cream, and in the same, like I'm sure. Oh god, the witch is actually attacking me, like actively attacking me right now. So let's just get away from here. We've got slowness, but it's all fine. I hate witches just because when they hit you with poison accurately, they can actually debilitate you pretty good, if we're being honest. So I don't want to be debilitated, given the choice. Slowness and debilitated too, which makes it a little bit more painful. But it's kind of fine. So Toy Cat's pregnant confirmed. I'm just saying, like, might be a thing. Oh yeah, 891k. It is true. But so yeah, so I crave ice cream, so I was going out to the store, and it made me realize something, because I had this business idea. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible business idea, by the way, because I've complained before that my town has too many dessert shops, and I was thinking to myself, what if there was like a dessert shop that was closer to Toy Cat's house? The nearest one right now is like a 15-minute walk. But I was like, you know, there are some days where you don't want to walk 15 minutes for ice cream at, 10:30 p.m. What's this? Oh, I guess it would have been 8:30 p.m. Yeah, 20:30, my bad. And what's the solution for that? More ice cream stores. So, hey Toy Cat, I literally just did that. I need pre-packed ice for a build. I might make like an ice factory or something out of it. Like, I'm fascinated by the concept of like ice transportation. So I do have a factory like build that's half complete in my world. Maybe I should do something vaguely similar. Do you mean there are people who don't crave ice cream? I think there are people who crave ice cream, and there are people who like, it's in the same way that like, there are people who don't like. By the way, big thank you Switch R for the NOK 20. That's Norwegian krona if you don't know. One of my favorite currencies. I actually have some krona sitting on my table because they recently updated the krona. It's got a fish on it now. I want to say it's one of the world's only currencies with a fish on, besides Scotland, which is a whole other ballpark when it comes to currencies. But yeah. Oh, also another thing that I forgot to do, probably should do it, is I have a beacon with me to make this go easier. Whenever I do any mining, even though it's kind of just like, oh yeah, we're kind of chilling mining, talking about the stuff or whatever, someone's always going to be like, hey Toy Cat, you need a beacon. It's the only efficient way to do it. And a part of me is like, well, okay, if you say so. But in this case, we'll just do it just because, like, it's one less thing that people can say. So we'll just place our beacon blocks. Apparently I'm missing one, so I'll come back with an extra block, and we'll start beaconing our stuff. So, basically, so did you get ice cream since that last stream? So, sadly, I got, like, an ice... Okay, so if you live in the UK, you know what a feast bar is. If you don't live in the UK, you might be confused as to why I got something called a feast when I really wanted an ice cream. Feasts and ice cream seem oxymoronic. Also, let's craft some fireworks. We're running out. But, yeah, like, those two things seem like opposites, no? But, yeah, no, oh, also, the bed's here. Let's get that done now. But, yeah, the feast bar is, like, it's like a chocolate bar. Imagine, like, a Magnum, but there's chocolate inside as well. So it kind of satisfied my, like, my ice cream thing. Because the ice cream chocolate on the outside, it's not very good. But, like, I mean, I feel like if you're craving something, any quality of that thing will do. Which is, it's kind of like, when you're starving hungry, you'll eat anything. It's just like, man, just give me the food. I'll worry about the details on why or how later. I feel like the same thing is kind of true with, oh god. But the same thing's kind of true of like a craving. Like, okay, literally give me 3 days old recycled ice cream, I'll go for it. I ate some jam that was in my fridge for 3 months earlier today. I threw it out afterwards. Oh, there's no crafting table in here. Where are all the crafting tables at? Like, I've got to put them somewhere in my world, right? Apparently not. Okay, we need to find a crafting table, or we can't make this thing. I'm moderating and you're breaking ice. You disappoint. Thank you, Dr. Mary, for the £2 super chat. And that is, in fact, a thing. So, why is Toy Cat mining packed ice instead of the others? So I want blue ice the most, but blue ice, even though you get 9 times as much of it for every packed ice... Oh, we need to kill the creeper, by the way, as well. We need gunpowder. It's just a thing in the world. But, yeah, the reason I'm mining packed ice as opposed to other brands of ice, as opposed to generic brand here, is because of the fact that oh, we don't have a crafting table yet. How are there no crafting tables anywhere around here? It just doesn't make sense. But it's more than 9 times the effort, in my opinion, to get blue ice. And plus, again, one of the things... I mentioned this in my, why I think Minecraft is underrated video. But, oh, we have an axe right there. There we go. Nice and easy. We could also make a chest if we want to. I feel like we might as well. These polar bears. A savannah polar bear, by the way, does not like what I'm doing. That is not a good face. But yeah, basically, I was in the middle of something about ice cream, I'm sure. Ice cream be good. I ate some... Oh yeah, I ate some expired jam. And I need to... Oh yeah, no, I like Minecraft. It's a really rhythmic game. Like, you can really get into a groove sometimes. But Blue Ice isn't like that. Blue Ice is more like... I know, let's try and make an analogy. I'm really bad at analogies, so people People love it when I make analogies of things and absolutely ruin my argument. But in the same way that, like, if you really, really, really want to get, I don't know, rich in the real world, there's two ways you can do it, right? You can rob a bank and you'll be rich now. Or you can, you know, get a job on insert financial investment street, you know, Wall Street, London. Oh, it's called the city in London. You know, you can go work in a place where you know the money's at, and you can do it for like 30 years, save a high proportion of your income, and then retire. Why would you ever do the second one when you can rob a bank? And the answer is because, like, well, I mean, I wouldn't feel, even if it was legal to rob banks, which would be a ridiculous law, by the way. Like, we herefore commence that theft is no longer theft when it's against banks, because banks are basically thieves anyway. That'd be a little bit ridiculous, right? But, no, even if it was legal to rob banks, a part of me would still be like, I don't know about that. Or, but yeah, winning the lottery is a better example. I think if you won the lottery, you'd still want to, you know, you don't enter the lottery as a get-rich-quick method. For a lot of reasons. But big thank you for the 10 Norwegian kroner. Switcher. Got a Norwegian subscriber who's doing some wonderful things today. Get a better pickaxe, please. This is Silk Touch Efficiency and Breaking. Like, what do you want more than this? Is it possible to be better, like, besides mending? Chat, am I crazy? Or, like, am I actually doing something wrong? Because I know Efficiency 5 is the best efficiency, and Breaking 3 is the best I'm breaking. And mending doesn't work on pickaxes anyway, because you don't get XP when you mine. Especially not with Silk Touch. So I'm 95% sure. What are some dangers of winning the lottery? So this is the one everyone can talk about, right? Like, everyone knows you shouldn't win the lottery, but just in case you don't. Because it's really useful pro tips here. Winning the lottery equals bad. The type of person who's predisposed to enter a lottery, you know, something which is statistically rigged against you. Not statistically rigged against you. That's a bit unfair. That makes me sound like a anti-government kook. But it's something that is statistically a horrific investment. It's more a fun thing that happens to sometimes make you rich, you know? It's like the difference between, you know, investing in a stock you care about and investing in a sandwich at Subway. It's like maybe the sandwich at Subway has a $10,000 bill in it, or, you know, maybe the sandwich at Subway has a human excrement in it and you can sue Subway and make $1 million. But it's like, you shouldn't eat Subway if you want to make money. You know, there's better ways to do that. So, what would you do for US $500? Says, Naughty Born. You're not born yet, so I can't respond to you. You get it, because he's good, Naughty Born. High quality Toy Cat content is all you can expect on this channel. So, someone asked Toy Cat what controller you're using. I have a Xbox One X, the Xbox One... Wait, my console's the Xbox One X, but I just have a thing. I feel like you should be able to mine ice way more quickly than you are. So it's worth noting, regular ice... Wait, let me show you this in a corner somewhere where I won't ruin it. Let me show you regular ice right now. Regular ice just gets destroyed when you have haste on. But which, technically speaking, would probably be faster than packed ice, I want to say. Or maybe it wouldn't be. But mining ice is also a little bit tricky. Oh, we found some blue ice. Oh, how nice. Oh, we were already mining for water, it seems. But the problem with that is mining ice is tricky. It's not consistent, whereas packed ice, it kind of is. So yeah, a fun fact if you don't know, because blue ice is just a packed version of packed ice. So ice mines instantly with this pickaxe. Packed ice takes a few seconds. Let me show you blue ice right now, just for the true comparison. But this is with efficiency 5 and a haste beacon. I hate to imagine what it takes without both those things. But yeah, just fun facts of toy cats, I guess. I saw the run videos today. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Swedish comedian. I think a lot of people have actually joined the channel, partly because of that. So it's kind of like, you know, like, oh, there's a new group of people around. How's it going, friends? Toy Cat, when's the next Drunk Toy Cat stream? I never planned to do Drunk Toy Cat streams, and I regret them mildly the morning after. Why would you play on Xbox as opposed to Java Edition? Yeah, this is another big question I've been having a lot recently. And I think if you asked that question in 2012, the answer would usually be necessity, right? Like, there's no... there would be no valid reason as to Xbox versus Java in 2012, 2013 or whatever. But modern days, now it's more like, well, you've got two platforms you can play Minecraft on. There's Bedrock, there's Java. Java has the better community, and in terms of a few different areas. But Bedrock is universal, and if you play Bedrock, you can play on any platform. The number of Bedrock players versus Java is like outnumbered 5-1. It's just it's not so big in terms of the YouTube space. So yeah, I play the bigger version of the game. It's just not bigger on the platform I play it on, which is confusing. But let's not think about that too much. By the way, big thank you both for the £2 Dr. Mario super chat. Your join button is gone, by the way. Oh, has YouTube phased it out? YouTube said they'd be phasing out YouTube joins and putting it in the regular one, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'm gonna real quickly, make sure that is happening. But at least we still have members. And we can hopefully keep them. But right now, maybe you can't do that whole thing. Anyway, so let's stay on track. Stay on target. Oh, big thank you for the 10 knock. I think someone also maybe donated in the middle of that. Oh, and then we've also got Trump did 911. You should do a series on 2B2T. It would be awesome. The 2B2T guys don't the server people. It's an anarchy server. It's interesting. I find it fascinating. But they don't like YouTubers on principle. And, you know, like, there's a lot of YouTubers out there who'll give you a good reason not to like YouTubers. I get that, you know, like, if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. But it's like, you know, if they actively don't want you there, you know, it's something I considered doing, but it's a whole thing. Also, it takes a long time to log on to 2v2t, because reasons. But no, it's a platform to play Minecraft on. Yeah, I should clarify, Minecraft Bedrock, confusingly, you know, I wish they just named it Minecraft Universal Edition, Minecraft Java, Minecraft Universal. Oh, easy. What's the difference? One runs on Java, one is Universal. Whereas right now you say, what's the difference between Java and Bedrock? One runs on Java, one runs on Bedrock, which is technically true, it runs on the Bedrock engine. But, like, who knows what the Bedrock engine is? You're getting pretty close to 900k. Have we gained, like... Oh, we're probably getting some subscribers since the stream started. Oh, nice. But let's not focus on the number. Numbers are You know, I've always hate... Okay, you know, I'm just about to say this, so I'm going to stop myself and say... I hate people who say that numbers are just, you know, numbers, or, like... so, by the way, big thank you, Switch Off, for the Knock 10 super chat. It's like people who say age is just a number. It's usually people justifying... semi-pedophile-like behaviors, right? There are lots of legitimate cases where age is, you know, or, you know, anything is just a number. But, you know, like, it's like, yeah, it's a number that, like, has legal recognition behind it. In the same way that your bank balance is just a number that determines what you can buy in the world. But you should still make sure that that doesn't go on the negative, you know? Thank you, by the way, for the 10 Norwegian kroner again. I think we're getting like, spammed all the donations, which I guess is fine. If one of the best ways to spam me is with money. You know, as far as ways to be spammed goes, there's like, you know, like emails all the way at the bottom. Then a little bit above that, you got like, oh yeah, well it's nice when you get spammed, you know, the same video over and over again. And then a little bit above that, it's like sending people money. Sure, let's do it. I'm down. Best way. So could you maybe do a series where you have... so yeah, no, the whole, like, survival server series, I said at the end of that video, but it's like, we're gonna chill on those for a bit. We're gonna... Because I want them to be genuine experiments, and you can't do a genuine experiment with people trying to join to be in a video about an experiment, if that makes sense. It's like, I don't know, it's, there's actually a clinical term for this. When tests are done, not clinical. I mean, it's probably clinical too. But when tests are done, also, we should stop wasting fireworks in my elytra, just to get back to the island, because it's quite far from the iceberg. But, yeah, basically, can we get an 18 plus stream in the future? What makes this stream not 18 plus to you? Like, it's not only for 18 pluses, but you can't enforce that on YouTube anyway, right? But yeah, so, okay, so we're gonna deposit our ice again, just because, like, we got it. Look, I got a whole 1 blue ice today. That's progress right there. That is progress. And now we're going to fly down, which we'll do every day, because why not? I never said you have to do it now, I just thought it could be fun. That's a whole thing. Oh, by the way, there's Bedrock on Java, you've got 3DS edition. Yeah, technically there's a bunch of peripheral editions, but if we're being honest, like, no one is playing Minecraft 3DS and not explicitly stating it's the 3DS. There are 2 games that are called Minecraft, and then there's a few, you know, spin-off versions. Not spin-off, but like port versions, I guess, at this point. Because obviously the PlayStation 4 is also different, but that's following Bedrock, so it's kind of like a Bedrock without multiplayer. It's a confusing mess. So yeah, regarding the 18 plus thing, I'd say, I want to just quickly throw this one out there too. like any stream, like, I think the difference between a stream where I'd be, the only thing it would be different would be like, oh yeah, I guess we can try and deliberately swear. But I usually don't swear too much in my personal life. Because like I said, if you swear a bunch, it's like not swearing at all. Except with, all the downsides, I guess, that you can't do it in public. It's rude or whatever. But, like, whereas when you just throw, like, one swear word every, like, hour of wording in, you can make, like, a powerful sentence. Like, everyone's kind of bored and you're like, man, let's get this. Show on the road. Or whatever. At least that's my take on things. So I was thinking today, because, I have the most ridiculous pair of underwear. Are you allowed to talk about your underwear on the internet? I'm going to do it anyway. Who's going to stop me? So I have this most ridiculous pair of underwear. It's like a knockoff pair of Calvin Kleins. It's the simplest way to put it. I was in Hong Kong, and there's a market for just Chinese rip-offs that come across the border. And one of said rip-offs I bought was some pretend. You stutter yourself when you come into offensive topics. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, no, I always... it's mostly, honestly, more than saying anything, like, bad. Like, oh no, what if I say this? It's more, you gotta be really careful. The exact words you say, what's entirely fine in a polite conversation in 99% of the world, isn't fine to some specific groups of people. You have to be really careful on, on the internet, you can be crucified for anything that goes outside the realm of, like, model state human being. It's almost like the concept, the scary, scary concept of groupthink or whatever, kind of is an internet thing. Anyway, so big thank you for the $1 super chat, Gozy and Smokey, and also big thank you Switchar for the 20 NOK again. That's Norwegian krone. I like the Norwegian crown. Oh, crown. You can say either. It's all fine. So I had a short school day, so I caught the stream. There's 1,000 subscribers and no content, and also, yeah, I should stay back into this. Oh, someone's making the fun hair joke again. It's actually, I go to this place where they give you, like, drinks before they cut your hair. And they only hire, like, as far as I can tell, interesting, attractive women. And I'm not sure if that's, like, a key part of their sales pitch. Or if it's just, like, they pay more. Or maybe it's a coincidence. Or maybe that's their hiring practices. But I like the place I get my hair cut. Like, I don't go particularly often. Which is, again... There's this weird standard that, like, some people are like, I get my hair cut every 3 weeks. If you don't do it every 3 weeks, you're just not looking after yourself. And it's like, well, I mean, kind of different. Are you from Norway? Because I am. I wish I was from Norway. That'd be a nice place to be from. But I'm not. So I can't promise you won't become one of those gamers who dye their hair and curse in every sentence. Honestly, the people who dye their hair are usually the child, like, the YouTubers who are pandering towards children, no? Like, that's the thing I've noticed on YouTuber. It's like, these YouTubers is an attempt to show. That's my experience. That if you look at, like, YouTubers with whatever you want to call it, like aimed at children content, they always, like, dye their hair some wacky color, and it's like a funny joke for a video. Like, I dyed my hair blue, red, green, purple. Wow, I'm so ridiculous. That's my take on things. You also see a similar thing with, like, facial hair or whatever. Because on the internet, there's no consequences to making a fun joke. But real life has some. So, I only get my hair cut when it's absolutely necessary. I think, okay, my real thoughts here is that the whole haircut, like getting a haircut every 3 weeks or whatever people say, that's like the best marketing scheme from the barber industry, the haircutting industry, like in quite some time, right? Imagine being able to convince people that, like, oh yeah, you shouldn't get your hair cut when it needs to be cut. You should just, like, go every 3 weeks just to be sure, It's a pretty wild thing to be able to convince people. But it worked in at least one case, it seems. So, okay, we got snip the ends. I had my haircut by someone only had it once in the last 9 years. Oh, 3 years ago. Jesus. So, anyway, let's, let me finish my story, because I bought some of the most ridiculous underwear in Hong Kong. It's really, really bad knockoff Calvin Klein, but it looks absolutely identical. Like, it looks the same as Calvin Klein, except it's in terrible font. Like, you can tell it's a knockoff if you know what this looks like. If you don't know, Calvin Klein, as far as I know, is a pretty fancy brand of underwear. I think they also do, like, like, you know, I guess sportswear and bras and whatever else. But like, because I've seen those things and it's a bit weird. But they're primarily, as far as I can tell, an underwear company. Or maybe they're not. Maybe I'm wrong on that. That's just my interpretation. By the way, big thank you, 379th Hero, for the Canadian $20 super chat, followed by Canadian 2. Oh, it's going to do, it's going to text to speech.
Now, Andrew.
I think any more than $10 turns into text to speech. Why do you like Norway? Have you visited Norway? I've been through Norway 3 times now, I think. Yeah, I always ended up in Norway for... Like, I've been there twice just visiting, like, as in passing through. And I've been there once on the Bergen to Oslo train. I love Norway. Like, I cannot say enough good things about Norway. And by that, I mean I'm saying too many good things about Norway. But I'm going to have to stop. So, show us your underwear. Gosh, that sounds creepy. So, I'm not going to show you my underwear, just because I feel like there's probably... there's probably rules against doing that on the internet. Like, I don't want to be a sucker for the rules or whatever. But that's a thing. So, basically, I got this underwear. It's a really clear knockoff, but only if you know what it's a knockoff of. If you've only just heard of the brand, it looks perfectly the same otherwise. And it only cost me Hong Kong $20, which at current exchange rates is about, you know, $2.30 or something like that. $2.40, $2.50. Less than $3, less than £2. And the wild thing, by the way, big thank you for the extra Canadian dollar. We're going crazy with the super chats today. And also, there was one in between for 99 cents. But yeah, so anyway, the underwear cost me $3, and I wanted to mention this because the thing about it is like when you buy the actual stuff, it costs 40, 50, like it can cost you a lot. I saw underwear that was like £30 for a few pairs, and the reason I bring up underwear, this is a weird thing, just really like trust me, this is going places, is because I was thinking to myself like, underwear is one of the most pointless clothing purchases to agonize over, right? Like, I spent £5 or £3 on some underwear, and I was like, man, that's actually quite a lot to spend. Because think about it. It's the least value-efficient part of your outfit. When you wear a nice top or a nice t-shirt, you know this Zelda t-shirt? 500 of you roughly are seeing this right now. That's a lot of people seeing this Zelda t-shirt. And it cost me... Oh, this was a gift, actually. Let's pretend this even cost me £20 because I really like The Legend of Zelda. I guess it's actually a Legend of Zelda shirt, a Zelda shirt. Because you know how that whole thing goes. But, like, the whole thing is that... Oh, man, this is... Oh, it's a bit too high. But, yeah, the point is this is, like, value efficient. Like, the price per impression is really, really low. You know, I used to work in advertising, and technically, you could argue still do, because YouTube is advertising based. So, the price per impression on this t-shirt is really, really low. If this was a good thing, because, you know, you wear clothes to represent who you are and to hopefully impress people or whatever. If I wanted to impress you with this shirt, I've hopefully impressed at least some of the 500 of you who have seen this, or given 500 of you the chance to be impressed. So the price per impression there is, I want to say it's 4p, even if this costs £20. Whereas underwear, right? I spent £3 on my underwear. Let's say £2.50. It was actually £2 actually, but I spent 1/10 the price, which makes you think that underwear is cheap. But the price per impression on underwear is crazy expensive. Like, how many people are going to see my underwear? Let's be real on this one. Like, one girlfriend, if I'm in a monogamous, which you would hope so, relationship at any given time. And what, like, so if I go into a changing room in a public setting and, like, don't fully change. Maybe some friends if they catch me in the shower room. You know, like, if I'm sleeping on the sofa at someone's house and I take off my trousers. How many people see your underwear? It's a very, very limited number, right? So my point here is why spend, like, you should never put any effort into that. It's the same with socks. Like, how many people see your socks? Why buy nice socks? It's just one of the more wasteful, not wasteful, but like, it's one of the least value efficient articles of clothing. So, pro tip right there. Yeah, it's the same thing, like, I can't show you my underwear, that'd be a bit weird, right? But I can show you my t-shirt. So, if you're like, okay, I'm going to buy a designer something, you know, like, let's say you really just like wearing nice clothes, because some people apparently like that. I'm convinced they do it because, you know, they like the prestige in wearing something nice. But if you want to wear something designer, it should never be underwear, right? Because you spend so much because it comes into contact with your crotch. But the thing is like, you don't need good underwear. Like, all underwear keeps your crotch safe, right? That's just my thinking. But it's even worse when you think about, so like, okay, a guy can spend like £10 on a pair of underwear, maybe even a whole bunch more. But like, you know, with girls it's even worse, right? Because it's like, oh man, there is definitely an even smaller list of people that should be seeing this in an ideal situation. And it's, you know, lingerie is more expensive than going to wear. So my point here, there's a thing about socks at my school. Everyone wears weird socks. How do you have a school-wide thing where everyone wears weird socks? That sounds like either a cool school or the weirdest school. But yeah, my point, just to finish this properly, is that there are some articles of clothing that are like a much better investment than others. And, you know, I don't know, it's a whole thing. So, by the way, just to kind of, let's ease away from underwear into back to ice mining. So, easiest fun fact transition. I could do this smoothly with a nice segue, or I could just say, you know, it's entirely unrelated to underwear or icebergs. But did you know that there's a Dutch prince? I learned this fact today because I'm making another 2Cat video about airlines soon. But the one of the princes in the Dutch royal family, so literally one of the king's sons, as I understand it, flies with the country's national airline. So if you fly to the Netherlands, you might be flown by a royal pilot. Oh, that's a crazy thing. Oh, by the way, I was watching you mine obsidian and now ice. Cool. Haha, get it? Cool. Oh, I didn't actually get it till you said haha, get it. So thank you very much. This is great. This is random and why mine so many random stuff. Great stream again. So the reason I'm doing these kind of like, I wouldn't say, you know, the kind of like pretend clickbait on the most boring asinine subject, is because it's a lot of fun for me, and because I like mining in Minecraft a lot. Like, these are actually super fun live streams for me. That sounds absurd. That makes me sound literally like I'm, you know, it's the sort of thing you'd like to hear from someone who's like, oh yeah, so my hobbies involve, you know, like I can't even think of something as ridiculous. Like, oh yeah, my hobbies involve breaking apart clocks and putting them back together again, breaking apart dogs and putting them back together again, and a little bit of arrow crafting. It's like, wait. Did you hear that second one in there? They're like, oh, arrows, yeah. I like to fletch the arrows from scratch. And it's like, oh no, okay, we did not want to do that. I'm sorry, friend. Oh, we get some free raw salmon for our troubles, though. But it's okay. Well, you do a unique stasis. Also, the king has no sons. He only has daughters. Oh, it's someone in the royal family. Or maybe the fact is old. Maybe his son died. Wouldn't it be tragic if it was the king's brother? Oh, that's way better, actually.
This is my first donation. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Trey Rolfling, for the $24.99 super chat. Really appreciate the orange super chat. Again, I didn't see this category until literally like 2 days ago. So it's cool to have a couple of them on the same stream. So big thank you. Really appreciate any and all support, Trey Rolling. And I love your first super chats just rolling in there like, yeah, I like the stream. This is a thing we can do. So why did you kill the poor polar bear? One, we don't know how rich or how, you know, we don't know the economic status of this thing. And two, it was because it attacked me. So it was self-defense. And as I understand it, in America, self-defense is an A-OK reason to do these things. But yeah, I also like these streams because, like, if you want to, like, I like the rhythmic gameplay. But it also kind of works as, like, a live podcast of sorts in some ways. But, like, also, like, with some chat going in there, and some super chats going in there. It's a bit of a weird thing. Nice inverted toy cat on the thumbnail. Oh, it's actually Thanos cat. I don't know why it's inverted. Again, this was not my executive decision. I just decided I wanted to mix things up again a little bit. So basically the whole Minecraft is dead thing. I was like, well, I mean, if you look at the monthly actives, it's the same. That I would say that's on the same level as saying like, yeah, I take apart dogs, put them back together again. It's like, I mean, it's a valid opinion. But I really hope that, you know, like, you don't think it's fact. Actually, that's not the same thing at all. It'd be like saying the Eiffel Tower is actually smaller than a Ford Focus. It's like, I mean, if you haven't seen both those things, I could see how you'd be mistaken. But if you insist on the internet that, yeah, I mean, a Ford Focus is obviously bigger than the Eiffel Tower. Like, Eiffel Tower is always, like, that big in photos. And, you know, how big is... by the way... Oh... Crazy super chat. Crazy super chat from Trey Rolf. Oh, it is like, I was like, I got the letter order all mixed up. Thank you so much for the super chat. I am so sorry for getting your name wrong. And thank you for the crazy super chat of the month, I think. The crazy thing is that might be the second craziest. But thank you so much, Trey Rolfing, for the super chat. I was going to ask where they're from, but I guess the US. Also, is anyone mildly infuriated by the fact that his pick isn't efficiency free? Why would I want it to be efficiency free? Is that like just the reference to the guy from earlier? But yeah, Trey Rolfing is from somewhere in the US. I'm going to guess now, knowing nothing else about you, just knowing your name and knowing that you're in the US, I'm going to guess roughly where you are, like which fling you're in. Also, yeah, the super chat is going crazy today. Thank you so much, man. But okay, so Trey Rolfing. I'd like to believe that I can do a lot of really good random guesses. I'm going to guess, with no other information, that you're from Illinois, or at least the Midwest area. I don't know why I assume that. I have no particularly great reason to. And I think statistically, like, you know, New York's the biggest city, and therefore that would be the best bet, and like California's the biggest state. But I think Illinois and the surrounding, one of the surrounding states, if not Illinois, like maybe a Wisconsinite or whatever. Minecraft isn't dead. The upcoming update's gonna be huge. Yeah, if this is my pro tip again. It's kind of like if you think that a Ford Focus is bigger than the Eiffel Tower, I respect your right to have that opinion. If I didn't, then that would be kind of ridiculous of me. But I also think at the same time, like, you should Google what is the height of a Ford Focus, what is the height of a Eiffel Tower, and it's like, oh, there's a difference. Missouri. Oh, I nailed it, right? Like, in terms of saying the surrounding states. Missouri is the one that connects to Illinois. St. Louis City is on the border, which therefore means your most likely city is either Kansas City or St. Louis. If you live in St. Louis, I like St. Louis a lot. Apparently people don't recommend walking around there, which is what I did the whole time. And I did walk into a few sketchy areas, I'll be honest. But otherwise it was great. Bedrock doesn't have iceberg instantly. Why the hell not? Efficiency 3 is supposed to be enough to iceberg instantly. This is so wrong, says 378 Hero. So yeah, just as a heads up, on Bedrock, you can break ice instantly, even with only efficiency 3. Let me in fact show you. You can break it super instantly. But we're breaking packed ice right now, which is a different ball game entirely. Ballpark. So, and then blue ice takes a bit longer than even that. So just to do one more quick showcase comparison. Here's packed ice compared to ice, which is instant. And then there's some blue ice below this, just down there. And the blue ice takes this long. Like, what is that, 5-6 seconds? I want to say it takes longer than obsidian, right? Or the same time, if not. So, I should really go to bed, but Toycat stream lol, says Jessica Clark. I'm always confused by your, like, I should go to bed things. I feel like you live on the UK time zone, but, like, someone who sleeps sometimes crazy early on UK and sometimes really late. Which is a bad thing when you live on the other side of the planet. Oh, a thing that's been happening. So, okay, again, I really like, let's call it aviation, but, like, I like flying, I like flights, I like all these sorts of things. If you also either don't like flying, but all those sorts of things, then maybe you'll be interested that, like, I want to say this is, like, the season for, like, cheap flights all over the world. If you'd like to go to Australia and or Asia and or live in Australia and or Asia and would like to come to Europe. I think if you live in America, you're still kind of screwed. Also, thank you for coming along anyway, Leanne Vandermeer. I know it's late. You need to send me a clip of your name. I need to work out what's going on there. Toycat, buy LaCroix. I need to work out what LaCroix is. It sounds like a sport, but I'm sure it's not. I mean, you can buy a sport if you want to. If we just all super chat, a little bit each. If everyone goes as ham as Trey Rolfing. I hope I got that right. I don't know. Rolfing. I don't know why it's messing me up so bad. I guess I just haven't seen a name like it before. But if everyone just super chats 99, we can buy a sports team. It'll be great. LaCroix is a drink. In my head, LaCroix is like a sports brand. Like, I don't know why I think that, but I genuinely do. Anyway, so I was at the store today, and I realized something kind of interesting. And that's that there's like such a... Oh, it's sparkling water. Oh, I have seen LaCroix. It's a very pretentious looking water, right? Am I wrong about that? Am I crazy? LaCroix is nasty water. Isn't it crazy that, like, water brands get people up in arms? But, dude, someone donated $100 early and just acknowledged it and kept going. I mean, I'm sure the guy, like, I'm sure Trey Rolfing would also want that, right? Would he want the stream to stop for it? In my head, I think it's a part of me is always like, okay, you gotta, like stop and process this. Like, that's so much. Like, it's a huge deal. you know, like, oh man, what can you do with that? It's a huge thing. But I also think, like, you also don't want to do that, necessarily. You don't want it to be a bad thing when people super chat. So you gotta kind of, like, stay composed. But yeah, I did see... Oh, did I miss another super chat? All icebox break instantly in Java. Why has it changed for this? Is it really true that even packed ice breaks instantly on Java? That's pretty wild if so. If I sponsor within 30 minutes, Toycat owes me a KFC. A KFC costs more than a sponsorship. Is this a new series, though? Mining something for 90 minutes? I think it's become a series very inadvertently. Very, very inadvertently. I swear, the first time I was just like, you know what? Let's try and name a stream the thing that will get, you know, like the fewest people here. So I don't feel bad about talking about, you know, like underwear and melons or whatever else. Because everyone loves a good melon chat, right? But yeah, so I was thinking about something else today. And that was the fact that you can't... Okay, so I know. Someone's going to hear this and go like, oh, Toycat, you are just the worst. But, yeah, no, I could be wrong. I mean, I'd love to hear Trey Rolfing's opinion. If he thinks they're like, oh man, donated money, didn't even get as much of a thing. But I think, personally, like, it's the most respectful thing to do to try and, you know, keep going while also acknowledging it. So any new geography videos coming up? I'm working on a video about the longest flights right now, so I think geography's gonna come back eventually. But it's like not right now. It's like it's not top priority. I think you should go back to talking about toothpaste, right? Like toothpaste, it gets people mad if you're like, you know, like, oh, why are you talking about toothpaste? I like things that aren't toothpaste as subjects. And it's like, you know, maybe you don't get an opinion on this one. But is this a server or a single player world? So this is my single player world. I've been playing single player for 6 years now, which now that I think about it is a little absurd, right? But yeah, I've been playing for 6 years, and it does seem a bit absurd. I'll level with you on that one. But on the other hand, it's, you know, it's just how I play Minecraft. Like I love that I have this world that's slowly improving over all the years. But thank you for the $1 super chat, by the way, Sphinx Games. Appreciate it. Toycat was at the shops there, never finished the story. So, okay. I think I finished the underwear point, which was just, man, underwear is expensive, given how few people see it. Like, if there's one person in your life who's going to see your underwear, you know, there are so many better ways to invest in that one person, besides buying nice underwear. Do you like the dirty Louisiana still, Toycat? I don't go to KFC anymore, even though there's one in my house. Just because I never have a good experience at KFC, I always have an alright enough to maybe make me consider going again experience. Like I always think to myself, I wish I'd just gone 5 more minutes to any other store. I know that's a elitist statement, but my KFC just isn't a good KFC, and KFC at its best is solid. By the way, that 99 super chat will be there the whole stream. That is how big and red and crazy it is, which is nice. I like that. Again, like it's not often you see a red super chat. And by not often, I mean absurd. So, let me now finish off the shop story. Because I was... no, it's to do with dating, actually. Because this is a thought that if you just say this, someone's going to call me out and be like, man, Toycat, you are the worst. You don't understand that people are real human beings with feelings. Don't get me. Don't worry. I understand. People have feelings and blah, blah, blah. However, wouldn't it be interesting if you could, like... You know, right now, the process for... You know, like dating someone is kind of like, oh yeah, you find them, then you ask them on a date. There's a whole rigmarole that you go through, and then you're in a relationship eventually. However, wouldn't it be much easier if like everyone just had like, you know how like artists on Twitter are always like, oh yeah, commission's open, you know, like $5 for this. This is my portfolio. Wouldn't it be great if relationship worked that way? Like, oh, so I'm now on the market again. I have become single. This is my portfolio. This was Darren from 2007. You know, this is the best thing I did for him. As you can see, I once drew him a picture of us together under the Eiffel Tower, which, by the way, is actually bigger than a Ford Focus. Fun fact you might not know. You know, all these sorts of things. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Also, do you remember the $200 super chat? I do. Yeah, that was on the first mining obsidian stream. It blew my mind, and it was just all I had to do was mine something with a stake. I would have mined with a stake all stream. I would have just probably died before I did. So big thank you, free 79th hero for the Canadian $5 super chat. Build a giant ice cube next to giant cobblestone and netherrack cubes. Maybe an endstone cube as well. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I think I might do that. It'd be a fun build, if nothing else. So let me finish the thing here. So it would be great if you could have like an application. Is that dating websites? But like, think about it this way, right? The way you apply for a job and the way you apply for a relationship are such hugely different processes, but they're both pretty similar things overall. You know, you need to find someone specific to do something important, and there's lots of people who might be right. You've got to work out who is right. You know, that describes both a job and a relationship or a dating thing. So, but like, imagine like trying to like get an applicant the same way you'd find like a person. Like, you know, I need this job filled. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, you know, hopefully someone eventually shows up. Maybe I'll meet them at a bar. Maybe I'll meet them at Disneyland. Maybe I'll just meet them on the street. You know, who knows? But that's how I'll find my employee. And imagine someone sitting down and being like, oh, I need a new girlfriend. So I'll fill out the applications on the various websites. Pay the fees, of course. And basically, like if you do all of those things midway through a job project, it'd be like, that's a bit ridiculous, right? And my basic point, by the way, the pickaxe is getting pretty low, but it's all good. But yeah, my basic point was just going to be here, like, both those things are the same, but you do them in such different ways. But why is that the case? You know, and I guess it's kind of like saying, like, you know, wouldn't it be great if there were stores where you could buy things and like, if you think about the way you it's hard, seriously, especially if you're trying to find a guy. Says Monte Klein. I think the so I'm not sure if you mean like if you're a guy trying to find a guy, or if you mean like you're a girl trying to find a guy, or if you're is there any other category of people trying to find a guy? But no, actually, I kind of get that actually. Oh, by the way, big thank you for the 5 Polish zloty, Marcin Krauka. If you don't know Polish zloty, currency of Poland. A lot of people get the misconception that Poland's in the euro, and they are obliged to join, but it's one of those issues. You push to the side and you say, they're not in the euro, it's a whole thing. I did online dating 10 years ago, it was terrible. Right, like, it would be much better, in my opinion, if people would just... Because right now, I think it kind of does work that way a little bit, like, oh no, we need to empty our inventory, okay, let's just fly up. It's all good. Just put our stuff in the chest. So yeah, we're slowly running out of places to put the packed ice, but we'll deal with that issue when it comes up. Put this away over here too. And there we go. Let's go right back down. And let's do this. You're not mining ice. I did have to put the ice away. That is a key part of the stream as well. You gotta remember. But, yeah, my basic point was just like, you know, isn't it kind of weird that the exact same basic function can be done so differently? And I also realized that, you know, the way you buy houses and the way you buy, say, fruit are also pretty hugely different. So big thank you, 379 Hero, for the 5 Canadian super chat. Next maybe UHC, have Jura and everyone race to kill him. That's a solid idea. You know, I have some inside intel that Jura might be a sponsor by next February. That's my inside scoop for you right there. But so do you get suspicious when you get £100 plus super chat? If I was a Twitch streamer, I would be so suspicious because it's like your fault. It's like your problem to deal with that stuff. But on YouTube, it's YouTube's, you know, problem. Like if, you know, they take a cut in exchange for dealing with, you know, like, oh, maybe someone charges back. Not my issue, you know. All these sorts of things. So, oh yeah, also in regards to the online dating thing, I think online dating is such a weird one because it is basically what I said. It's kind of like, you know, women have to go for a bunch of job applications where they know that people are going to lie because that's how you get ahead or whatever. And it's like, well, I mean, you can't call people out in a lie. And also, you know, alongside like a job application, you want to be friends. So people leave like, imagine like a job application where you had to make an awkward conversation with your employer. Like, oh, hey, you hear about the Mets game? I assume the Mets is a big team. People are always talking about the Mets. Mining ice and then storing it for 90 minutes, says Logan Sharma. That is probably a more accurate title right there. Let's go back to using a window more than a door. Oh yeah, so when I first moved into this house, because I bought a house, a very cheap house for the area of the country I live in, because you know I don't need a huge amount of space. I'll regret that decision one day, I'm sure. But I bought a very tiny house in a very actually yeah, I mentioned the crime thing before. Man, someone tried to break. I don't think they were actually trying to break in. But someone tried to open my front door today. I leave it unlocked when I'm in because, you know, why lock your door? And I am 100% sure, like, someone was trying to break in. Because, like, you know, let's say my house number is 45. Someone was, like, fiddling with a locker bunch, like, hitting the handle. And then I was like, whoa, dude, what's this? And immediately he's like, oh, sorry, I wanted 39. It's like, you don't know immediately you wanted 39. Although maybe he does. Like, he should have said, like, is this not 39? Because, you know, I could have been that person's son. So I think someone tried to break into my house today. I'm not sure. But, yeah, long story short, when I first moved in, because I bought the house and then I had to, like, do a few things to it because it was in a condition, let's say. I had my plumber, like, sleep on the sofa, and I came, like, with him every now and then. And I don't know why, but the front door, it was just a lot of effort to get a key made. So we just figured, let's just climb in and out of the window. You know? Like, that way, you don't need a key. You don't need any of that stuff. How much to make your background orange, says the 379th hero. I mean, that is a beautiful thing I have the ability to do, right? Actually, I don't know if I do, because I'd have to chroma key. I can't turn orange on the stream, because I've got the lights turned on. Again, it has to be like a specific time of day for me to actually do the chroma keying thing, right? Let me show you, actually. If I try to... So I'll mine with the trigger, and then we'll play around with this over here. So... Webcam, I guess it's... Okay, it's not this one. One of these boxes is right. So we're just going to quickly... This is the usual chroma key. That box is going to be there. Which ruins the whole point of this. Like, it looks awful right now, right? Also, this black is apparently showing up as blue. It's odd. I can just fade away. But, yeah. So I can't actually turn my background a different colour today. Because it's too late in the day. Which is sad. But it's the truth. The outside is orange. I guess technically it's already orange if you think about it. The Earth is flat and climate change isn't real. Yep, good. Those are some correct statements. I definitely believe very strongly in both those things. I also believe that the Eiffel Tower is significantly shorter than a Ford Focus. And try and prove me wrong, because I'm not going to listen to any arguments you make. Therefore, you can't. Checkmate, Eiffel Tower believers. But yeah, no, it's kind of weird that it's in a similar way. If you want to buy a house and you want to buy some apples, they're entirely different processes. Imagine trying to go to like the house shop and being like, I'll have a few houses, please. Like there's a whole real estate agent process where they take a huge fee, by the way, like 2.5% sometimes. There's like someone there that's like taking a huge cut. In exchange, they bring you houses. Which, side note, okay, can I just talk about something? As a young person, maybe this is just what buying houses is like, but like try and convince an estate agent that you don't need them to like give you house offers anymore is the hardest thing to do in the world. Because they get paid based on every house they sell. And if they don't sell a house, as I understand it, they barely get paid. Like they make money or don't make money based on whether you buy one. So like months after I bought a house, it'd be like, go mine a block of obsidian with your steak. Thank you so much for the Canadian 50 super chat right there, 379th hero. Going crazy today. Super chat is absolutely wild. It's a shame I haven't seen the other guy since the first super chat.
Go mine a block of obsidian with your steak.
I will go. Let's do that. How do we find obsidian? Real quick. So looking at a map, there's no easy way to get obsidian. I guess we go to the Nether. Yeah, there's got to be obsidian somewhere in the Nether, right? I don't know if there is. Okay, what we're gonna do is next time it goes we're gonna go right to the Nether. We can probably go now, right? No, we'll go to the Nether afterwards, and we'll find thing immediately. By the way, do you like Flossie? Says Jira. I haven't seen Flossie in the chat. I've seen you talking to her, but I haven't seen her at all. So I'm starting to think you guys are both the same person, and you're accidentally sending messages from the right account. That's the only possibility I can come up with. No, I'm just joking. But what a grief-react live stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. At least I didn't miss the live stream. This is a beautiful, beautiful live stream that I'm glad you could make it to. We make the best live streams, you could say. So, who paid $100? I mean, like, it's the idea is that you do it as a it's a way to support a streamer. It's some people, like, you can see the difference between someone who's just like, oh, it'd be cool to be on stream, which is fine. Like, I don't mind why you support me, but some people do it because it's like, oh yeah, I'd really like to help out the streamer. That's like the majority of the larger ones. Because again, I mean, in my case on YouTube, it's slightly more stable. But a lot of streamers like they rely on like having some super chats. And if you enjoy, you know, it's like most things in the world. Like if you like something, you want it to exist, you should probably support it in some way. I know to some people it's like, hey, if you don't have to pay for something, why should you? And you know, like that's a valid thing. I won't wear caps, so sorry. Mine blue ice with your steak. Should I mine blue ice with my steak instead? I think it would go a little bit wild, right? Oh. Isn't it weird that packed ice takes the same amount of time with efficiency 5? Oh, that's totally a bug, right? Oh, I think we've just spotted a bug. It's the same time with an efficiency 5 pickaxe than it is with your fist. How is that humanly possible? Is it the same with blue ice, actually? Let's find out. Yeah, the blocks take the same amount of time. Oh, 379 Hero is correct. It's a bug. Also, I'm gonna go now. Good night. It was good to see you, Froggy fella. Thank you for coming along. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just test. Oh, so for some reason, blue ice isn't affected by multipliers. I just assumed it was that way because I've never tried to mine it with this. Oh, it's exactly the same. That's the whole problem. Haste doesn't affect it, and neither does... Oh. Man, that's crazy. Okay, we worked out why it takes so long to mine ice on Bedrock. Try other tools, maybe shears. So I have a shovel here. I could be wrong, but I think the shovel is faster. Okay, chat, I'm going to need you to be my arbitrator on this. But I think we've just discovered something huge. I think my shovel might be... I mean, it does the same job. It's either the same speed or faster. I really don't know. Chat, am I crazy? I mean, it's worth using the shovel regardless, because a shovel's much cheaper in the grand scheme of things. I guess just any silk touch tool. Is the shovel actually faster? I'm not even sure. So how long left till I can get to sleep? Toy Cats, it's just Clark. If 56 minutes in now, so 34 minutes. I hope that fits into your very confusing New Zealand schedule. What if it's a flat square? I hope you get 7 billion subscribers. I hope that too. So I think Jura's having a crisis in the chat right now. Not sure I know what to think about that one. So Cat, you're not crazy. Is it though? I really think, like, okay, so a lot of the times, there's a lot of things in Minecraft, which if you think they're true, they'll seem like they're true. And I think this falls into that category, because it's not much faster. Oh wait, easy way to test this. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. So I'm going to mine through this block right here. Let's say 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It was 11 seconds to mine 10 packed ice blocks of that. Now we try with a shovel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think it's the same. I think we're actually at the same. Or maybe it's slightly less. Fine, finish sponsoring Toy Cat, then log out. Oh, that's what you've got. Ah, that's your arrangement. That's how you worked it out. I'm secretly Andrew's son with Echo. That's right, me and Echo had a child, and it's the 379th hero. So, notice me say... also, I'm watching the stream now. This is my life, says Strider1311. That's a good enough reason to watch anything. This is genuinely, like, blowing my mind. They're the same. Use the stake, save durability. So I can't use the stake, sadly, because it won't give me the packed dice. That's why I have to use a silk touch tool. But it'd be better to use the cheapest silk touch tool. Honestly, Toy Cat confused me too. I changed my sleep by 12 hours a week twice. Honestly, so I think it was coming back from New Zealand. I think that was the worst I'd ever been messed up by not sleeping. I effectively did what you do once a week, once in my life. And it like just... I had like weeks of just not feeling alive. Like every time I woke up for weeks, I'd be like, everything is pain. I want to sleep more, and also I want to sleep never again. I was tired every hour and every day. Just it was, except when I needed to sleep, of course. I was really messed up last time I flipped my sleep schedule. I wish you know, like, it's a really weird thing because like when you're a teenager, at least this is my teenage experience. I'm not going to generalize all teenagers, but it's really, really easy to just flip your schedule. If everything mine's the same, use a wood shovel instead. You need to get silk touch on it though, and a silk touch wood shovel would be a very wasteful enchantment. So I think, yeah, I think it's still worth using a diamond tool, but having efficiency on the shovel is a waste. So I shouldn't do that. Yeah, we need to go to get a different tool anyway, because it's kind of wasteful to have efficiency 5. So we'll go do that. It's kind of fine. Use Silk Touch Shears, cheaper than Diamond Tools, save Diamond, saves durability. It doesn't save Silk Touch though. You gotta remember, Silk Touch is a really key cost in this whole ordeal, let's say. So, by the way, big thank you for the super chat regardless. I appreciate it. So, next up, let's put this away. And I do have to mine a block of obsidian now with my stake. It has been deemed necessary by the 379th hero. So we'll go to the Nether and do it, actually. Because that makes sense to me. Let's fly to this island. And also I'll get another like tool of some form before we do it. A Silk Touch stake will last forever. If you could put Silk Touch on any like inanimate object, say like, oh, not inanimate, unbreakable object like a stake, it'd be a good idea. But oh, Silk Touch pack dice. Again, it'd be really good if all of these things would work. Sadly, you can't make them in survival to the best of my ability. Like I would love to mine with a stake. It would be great. Don't get me wrong. It's just you literally can't. Upcoming video, standing idle for X number of minutes. That'd be a fun stream. Like just, oh yeah, here's a thing happening. Like watching grass grow, you know, dirt turn into grass. That'd be a fun stream. So, Cat, you've got Nevrack in your last video. Is that true? I'm really hoping it's not now. We could go checking it right now. Yeah, let's go checking it. So again, just, you know, who cares what this stream? This is one of those streams where a thing is happening, and that's just the thing that is happening. Also, yeah, thank you. 379 Pira for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. But by the way, the same thing should work here with the shovel. If I break anything here, I'll get the Nevrack back, right? Oh, because it's not, of course. Silk Touch doesn't take precedence over the correct tool. It's just if there's no correct tool, Silk Touch works on anything. Easy, wonderful. So we're going to go down real quick. I'm going to show you all the blocks. I'm going to make sure I'm not missing Nevrack, because if so, that's pretty embarrassing. And it'll be good. If you're not going to mine there, that means we got clickbaited, because you're not mining. Haha. Yeah, this is like top 10 biggest YouTube dramas. Toycat said he was mining packed ice, but for 3 minutes during that stream, he was not mining packed ice. Therefore, Toycat is evil. But yeah, we're just gonna real quick grab a new shovel, pickaxe, whatever. We've got a Silk Touch pickaxe here, which honestly I think it's worth using because like we don't need efficiency in the slightest. We'll keep this honest though. But, oh, we got another Silk Touch pickaxe as well. Oh, that's the one we should be using. I had it the whole time. That's good to know. It was in my inventory. Man, I'm bad at this. So if you don't know, if you didn't watch my previous video, it took me 7 hours. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. Like, in terms of just time, I should say. To, like, actual output. This is every single Minecraft block, except the Netherrack. Because, of course, it's except the Netherrack. So, Nether Brick comes before Netherrack. It comes in between these two. So what we have to do... Yeah, I've got it in the chest here. Just not on the thing. So what we have to do is mine these 3 blocks with my pick. Well, that's a pretty embarrassing mistake. Good thing I didn't make it. So yeah, Netherrack definitely comes before Nether Quartz Ore, because there's a space. Oh no, the space means it comes first. Okay. Then Netherrack, and then the other 2 blocks we just picked up. Easy. Well, that was a pretty embarrassing mistake. I'm also missing a few blocks that people think I'm missing, like, you know, leaves. I don't count leaves. I don't count a few different blocks like that. I'm sorry. I know you might do, but I don't. I think this is now every block that I count for the purpose of this in Minecraft or next to each other. Really ridiculous. Not worth the time in the slightest. I have deep regrets about what I did, but you know, it happened regardless. Also, now I want ice cream, says Lindsay Dillon. Maybe you should get some ice cream. Maybe you've just reached the level where you're worth an ice cream, especially if like you've got a 11 to 11 ice cream store like I apparently do. You might as well go. You've got farmland. Farmland's not a full block because it's not 1 by 1 by 1. It's not 1 by 1 by 1. I think on the same metric we don't have soul sand, right? Because it's technically smaller. There's a few weird examples we don't have. Actually, do we have soul sand? We might have soul sand. It's one of those weird... Again, trying to work out what a Minecraft block means is it's an exercise in like, what do you want it to mean? More than anything else. Okay, so now we're going to go to the Nether. And we're going to be great. This isn't ice mining. It is ice mining. We're just a few seconds in between. It's all good. So, Toycat, please notice me. Your realms are the only good thing left in this world, says the one obnoxious guy. Thank you very much, the one obnoxious guy. You're not obnoxious at all. You're just delightful, in fact. So thank you very much, Hifu Opek, for the 199 super chat. If I could enchant myself with any Minecraft enchantment, I guess I'd pick Protection 4. What? How did I say that word? 5? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Yeah, I'd probably pick Protection 4, because, you know, it'd be nice if things didn't hurt me. What you really need is, like, emotional protection 4. So that way you can't have your heart broken. But no, if I could be a Minecraft enchantment, easily protection, right? Is there any question? Like, blast protection is really specific. Range protection. Oh yeah, projectile protection. Imagine, like, going into the battlefield and, like, someone fires a bullet at you, you're like, ouch. If I take too many more of those, I might get an injury. Okay, so what we're going to do real quick is go to the end and mine a single block of obsidian. And then we can come back and we're done. Make an apology video for getting my netherrack. That's a good idea. So guys, I did something greatly misleading. I said I had every block, but I had every block minus the netherrack, which I also had in a chest, so like, kind of a thing. So I'm going to mine one single block of obsidian, and then we'll kind of just get out of it. Which block do I want to mine? I guess one of these blocks, right? Just don't look at any enderman. Ouch, I'm looking at enderman. Yeah, we'll just take one of these blocks, and we'll just go for a really easy mine. It's a little bit of a frustrating adventure, but we'll do it regardless. So, Cat, you've got all the different colours of shulker boxes, since they're nearly infinite continents. Okay, you know... Again, that's... Every single thing that had, like, the infinite possibilities, it's like, well, that's not counting, is it? That's why I didn't do it. You could argue those shulker boxes were kind of included, but no one uses shulker boxes as a block. They use them more as a utility. But that's a whole thing. So yeah, let's mine a thing with steak, and then we're gonna go back. If you're wondering, we're doing this because check the super chat up there. Is it up there? Side note, I think we gained like 400 subscribers this stream, right? I could be wrong, but I think that's what's happened. So things be crazy, things be absolutely wild. I like it when things go wild. Actually, how many subscribers is that? Like, that's gotta be a lot, right? I don't even remember how much when we started with, but like, it's significantly higher, I want to say. So, okay, what's the best thing about the Bedrock engine besides the multiplayer aspects? So the multiplayer aspects really aren't much to write home about in the Bedrock engine. Honestly, I just like that there's a lot of tiny touches in this game that are, I would say, they make it more charming in some ways. Obviously, Java probably is arguably more feature complete, whatever. But, for instance, when you shear a sheep on Bedrock, is this going to ever go anywhere? Is something glitched? I'm not seeing any progress on this block. But, like, what's going wrong here? Why is... Okay, anyway, so, basically, the things I love, so it's stuff like, when you shear a sheep, you get to see the color of the sheep still. On Java, I don't know if they've added this yet, but I don't think so. I don't think you're allowed to see what's actually, you know, the color of the sheep is when it doesn't have wool on, which is kind of weird. This is about the average of netherrack lol. 14 plus 5 plus 20 plus 8 plus 5 plus 18 plus... How is that the average of... I don't think I understand your joke. I want to understand it, but I don't quite. You're mining obsidian with steak. I tricked you all. I said I was mining icebergs, but here I am in the end, mining obsidian with steak. It doesn't look like anything's happening, right? It takes 20 minutes to mine obsidian without a tool. It's 4 minutes on Java, but I think it's less on Bedrock, but who knows for sure. So, Cat, you know, what fruit do you like? Not many fruits, actually. Like, I like a good melon, watermelon, that is. Not honeydew. No one likes honeydew. Hey, nice. Nice, Bojack reference. Yeah, no, so, I also like Bedrock because you can place in front of you. I hate the Ender Dragon being so much harder, but I like it. It's a fun detail. There's a lot of other generation changes that are better on Bedrock. The thing that made me start loving Bedrock a while back was the seeds. They're just much crazier, or can be much crazier. And yeah, I also think that it's probably the gap between the two versions. Right now, we've got like 2 prongs. Like, you know, they're both side by side. Oh, we did it! There we go. We mined our obsidian. Now we can hop in the portal, and we can be gone from here. So, Cat, is this another is this stream another social experiment? Seeing how long people watch you do boring tasks for an hour and a half. I'm not saying you're boring, but mining ice for an hour and a half is boring. Now, I disagree with your assessment. I think it's the most riveting thing we've done in a very long time. No, I've explained a couple of times, so I'll be brief. But I think it's a very calming task in its own way. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad or boring thing. I'd say it's like it's just an interesting task. Also, we should have just waited and gone to sleep. But I didn't. Watermelon's so good. I don't buy it often though, because it goes off before I can eat it, and my husband doesn't like it. It's pretty... I'd imagine watermelon's got to be expensive to ship all the way to somewhere like New Zealand, right? I saw a video of like a grocery store in Alaska, and it's like $34 for a melon. I was like, oh, I guess if watermelons don't grow near you, it's gotta be expensive. So yeah, I think now we can confirm that this pickaxe and the shovel are the same speed. But it feels like the shovel's so much faster still. It's one of those things where like your brain is pre-programmed with a bunch of cognitive like biases that if you're actively looking for a change, you're more likely to spot one. It's like one of the many things your brain will just kind of do. And I think I kind of... Oh, okay, you missed the super chat. Thank you for the heads up, Eliza Keeley. So let's check what it was. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Direct letter to number conversion based on the order in the alphabet. Oh, that's what that is. Thank you for the super chat. 379 Hero. You going on a crazy one today, it seems. I also saw you donated to the I think it's 4J Kennedy's, Danger Kennedy's thing they're on. So having a generous day. Can appreciate that. I think generosity is a good thing to encourage. But yeah, it's a cognitive bias. Now, I actually learned why this was. One of the big reasons that you can feel something's wrong or you can feel something's right is because when your brain detects a really complicated question, one of the things you'll often do, one of the things that often ends up happening is your brain substitutes it with a question you can answer. So for instance, the example that I read about was like hedge fund managers that are dealing with multi-billion pound funds will sometimes buy Ford because they go to the presentation and they realize, I like Ford. Ford's probably going to do well. I'll invest in Ford. Because they don't know like if it's going to go up or down in price. No one knows. No one knows about stocks. So instead you make investments based on feelings. Like, this feels good. Should I buy one of those mugs, Andrew? Says the 379 Hero. If you would like a toy cat staring at you mug, I think it'd be a great idea. But put the ice on your hot feet. But there's a store in Alaska. It's about a town called Barrow. Yeah, the northernmost settlement in the US. It's crazy. I've seen that. It's I'm so fascinated by like remote towns and villages and such. I'm just, the idea is interesting to me. By the way, yeah, totally recommend a mug. Maybe. Just kind of hoping Toy Cat's next stream is browsing Reddit for memes for a couple of hours. I mean, everyone loves a good meme. Oh, funny enough, my video's shown up in a bunch of like random places meme related recently. Don't know how I feel about that one, but I guess probably good. How much do you want to bet that I know more than you at Minecraft, says a Pova? Am I betting you that you know more than me? That seems like a bad bet to make. So, this video is going to be taken down due to copyright laws because the Ford is a trademark company. Oh yeah, a lot of people are really concerned about Article 13 in the EU passing, because if it does, there's a whole parade of issues that are going to come from it. And YouTube has even said, I think it's a bluff, but it's a really serious threat because, you know, they're one of my main sources of internet income. They've said like, oh yes, here's the scoop. If this thing passes, we'll have to just ban all EU creators from the platform. It's like, that seems like a bit of a serious threat, but it's like, it's a real possibility. Well, I've just realized, like, you're not. Oh, I just realized, like, I realized recently that, like, if there is like a draconic copyright law that passes, then I guess like I'll just have to leave, you know, Europe. Like, I've always figured, like, you know, it'd be nice to move somewhere. I never figured I'd have to do it just to keep the channel going. But yeah, like, if you're concerned about me, because a lot of people have been, because of Article 13 or whatever, like, I'll just, you know, what I'll end up doing is I'll leave Europe. I'll go to Singapore. You know, Singapore's nice this time of year, every time of year. Campaigns get Andrew, to a million subscribers by New Year's. I think it's almost mathematically impossible to get me there. Like, something would have to go crazy every day between now and New Year's. So, I don't think it's going to happen. But I think like 900,000 by New Year's, that's like a nice goal. Although I guess we're going like pretty fast there. But no, I'd like that. That'd be a nice goal. Japan, yeah, like, so you're allowed to live in most countries for 3 months without any real reason. You can just go for tourism, as long as you don't say you're working. So I guess what I just do is I base myself outside the UK. You know, like start up a company in Japan or New Zealand or wherever else. Like, it's easy enough in most countries. So yeah, let me go back to my first thing. So yeah, when your brain, the reason you can sometimes feel that something's off is because, and you're like, you're sure something's wrong or you're sure something's right, is because your brain is really good at like, just like, using its basic senses to work out something even your conscious brain can't think of. It's the substitution of the question, which is the clever thing in my opinion there. Again, I've been reading a whole book about like the 2 parts of your brain that exist, because you don't realize it's a thing. It sounds crazy, but like it's true, right? There's a part of your brain that's thinking, and there's a part of your brain that can do things without thinking. There's the part of your brain that has to talk out loud in your head, in other words, or do mathematics, and there's a part of your brain that like can start running when you see danger, or that can breathe. The part of your brain that breathes. Have you ever noticed, like, you just breathe without even thinking about it? Your body just does that. Every time you mention manual breathing, someone like goes like crazy, like, oh no, I have to breathe myself now. Oh, thank you by the way for these 379 Hero for the super chat. By the time Avengers 4 releases, is that the Infinity War Part 2? I'm actually. That's the first time. I think that's gonna be the first superhero movie I'm actually like hyped for. I do have to say. What happens if you hit 1 million and then dip it back under? Does YouTube raid your house and steal a plaque? No, they just send you another plaque and then another plaque. So honestly, they don't do that. It'd be nice if they did. But no, so the truth is YouTube takes a really long time to send the plaques, like 6 weeks or something. So if I was going to get a gold plaque, it would take some time. Like, there's just a delay on that. So, what gave you the idea to do this? Says Elijah Butler. Honestly, I just want a lot of ice, and I figured, I like semi-mundane. I think Minecraft is beautiful when you do this whole thing. The moon landing never happened. I mean, they faked the moon landing by going to the moon, is my theory. Yeah, look at that. But yeah, so many people hate mining in Minecraft, but I love it. It's such a soothing, rhythmic, beautiful activity. It's kind of like how some people really, really like... it's kind of cool that, like, in the world, there's a hobby for anything. Like, you think that you're the only person out there that likes, I don't know, boxing in the ice or whatever? There's an ice boxing sport. There's people who go on top of mountains and do stuff. But yeah, I like the idea of a giant ice cube a lot, 375 Hero. Also, I totally think you should get a Toy Cat staring mug. I'd recommend it. Toy Cat, just go to Singapore for 3 months, because the UK will be subject to Article 13 for 3 months, if Article 13 passes. So the thing is, okay, so I don't want to talk about politics, especially not Euro politics, because like EU politics is the worst type of politics. Too much. But the thing is the UK is even though the UK is leaving on March the 29th, I'm getting back into the UK a day after Brexit, which is gonna be a nightmare from Japan. Like, so that's gonna be fun. I might not get back into the country, or back into Germany or whatever. But yeah, interesting enough, in my opinion, is that the UK is still going to be subject to EU laws for 2 years or so after we leave. Because, at least that's my understanding of the current deal. So, yeah, Article 13, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. But, yeah, the current plan is, like, don't have the EU elect parliament, but then be part of the bloc for a while, it seems. I could be wrong. So, you should do mining bedrock for 90 minutes next. That's a really good idea, right? Like, just Toy Cat sits there. Some people say this is futile, but this is, it's all I know. It's all I know. So, Rip Stanley. Indeed, Rip Stanley, I agree. I sometimes think, when there's a famous figure who dies, a lot of people try to, like, at least it seems this way. It's like, oh, that's how you can get a hot social post for the day. Just, like, say, rip this big famous person. So I try not to do, like, the, rest in peace, this guy, that guy. Because the truth is, I didn't know much about Stanley, so I'm not going to pretend I know a great deal about him. because he's not alive. I know that he was behind Marvel. I think that's a big thing. But if I was to do a big public thing like, oh man, I miss him for this, that, it's like, I mean, it's not respecting someone to care about them only after they die, I think. I think it's the opposite. So, now we're going to mine this block down, get some more. This is going just wonderful. If Bedrock actually breaks after 90 minutes, I'll donate $200. Honestly, I'd be willing to bet there's some way to break Bedrock in Minecraft. At least in Bedrock version. Yeah, breaking Minecraft Bedrock in Minecraft Bedrock. There has to be some way it'll happen. Maybe I'm wrong. But like, maybe if you use an efficiency 5 pickaxe and haste, and you do some craziness, you know, there's gonna be something that'll work. I reckon. So, I wish you could see Avengers 4. So here's the crazy thing. Stan Lee, he films all his cameos like months in advance. So he's gonna be in the Avengers, well, Infinity War 2. It's gonna be crazy. It's like, do you think Scotland will vote to leave the UK after Brexit? So, I mean, that's kind of going back into Europolitics, but no. I think it's a possibility. I think it'd be an interesting possibility. But I don't think it's likely. But, you know, wilder things have happened. So, lol Bedrock Paradox. You have a lot of spare time, says I'm funny. I mean, technically speaking, everyone has so much spare time. It's just what you decide to use it on, right? It's just what you decide to use it on. EU isn't doing too well. I think the EU is a really interesting place right now. I think the EU was wildly unpopular, and then they've just introduced one of the most unpopular pieces of legislation that no one's on board with besides like huge, you know, like copyright holders, which is what, like a tiny fraction of a percent of the population. But again, I don't want to talk EU stuff because, like, you know, the EU is the EU. Like, no one knows everything about the EU, so you're never going to be entirely informed when you talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it. I just wanted to say that, like, if you're concerned about me, don't worry. I'll leave the country. I'll give you some solid things. GDPR, right? Like, that's okay. You got me ranting now, but like, the EU keeps thinking that it can regulate the wider internet, but that's not how that works. You know, like, you can't. You know, the internet isn't based in the EU. There's no tech based in the EU at all. Or there's very few tech companies. All tech is based in America, and rather than trying to, like, win it back, they're like, what if we just made it really hard for tech to exist in Europe? And then there wouldn't be an issue. It's like, tech's the future. Tech is the industry. You know, like, the industry you gotta care about. So, you should do a fishing stream for 90 minutes for enchanted books. I genuinely might do a fishing for 90 minutes stream. Because I don't believe in doing AFK mining. In my opinion, again, it's fine if you don't see it this way. It's almost cheating. It's almost cheating. It's not quite, but it's almost there, you know. You should make a creeper ice sculpture. That's not a good idea. I say that's not a good idea. I didn't mean to say that. So, haste doesn't work on ice. Speed would be much more useful for that beacon. You can move between icebergs faster. Oh, I kind of figured that, like, the haste would still work, just not the unbreaking. But yeah, I guess if haste probably doesn't work. So let's put speed on, sure. You're right. Let's do it. Speed on the beacon. Let's see if this does get slower, actually. Oh no, it doesn't get slower. Interesting. Just found a video on how to break bedrock. Let me know, does it work? Because I'm sure it doesn't. I'm sure it's like, just go into creative mode and then you can break down. I live in America, our politics are pure hell. Yeah, I don't like how many countries are going into, like, toxic political systems, because they just make more and more people disengage, you know. Or apparently it means some people re-engage, but, you know, like, politics should be an open discussion of ideas and stuff. Now that's what politics is meant to be. That's meant to be the definition. Like, oh, I think that the tax rate on sugar goods should be 6% this year. And someone says, actually, I think a more balanced outlook of going for 10% would probably affect this more. Whereas it's more like, oh yeah, so I think that you're a set of neo-Nazis, and they're like, and I think that you literally want to give Mexicans healthcare. And it's like, well, I mean, okay, so no one's talking to each other anymore. Like, because people don't talk to each other about their actual ideas, so people don't actually improve them. If you don't like the other side, you don't know what they stand for. You have a bunch of things you think they stand for, and you hate those. It's like, well, I mean, they believe in other things. But yeah, that's just my observation at least. So with that said, won't a pickaxe be faster? No, they're the same speed, surprisingly enough. Even using your fist is the same speed as a pickaxe, because Minecraft Bedrock has a weird issue. I assume it's a bug, but it could be a feature. It honestly could be. By the way, big thank you.
I just noticed stream. Literally just mining ice for 90 minutes. Came, watched a lil, and it was not a bait. Or was it? Not gonna see me here anymore, but I am still amazed. Have a good day.
Or was it? I don't know why I love that so much, but the way text-to-speech does some things. So yeah, pro tip: if your super chat is worth over $10 US, it'll do text-to-speech. But yeah, so thank you very much for the super chat. I guess they said they'll leave, so thank you, the Masoria, for popping in and for giving some super chat. Let's go back to the rest of this. But yeah, so someone said the two fastest ways to lose friends and marry a party in politics. It's true, it shouldn't be true. I have some friends. Like, we don't talk about generally speaking EU stuff, but we can talk about politics as a whole. Like I mentioned something. Again, I don't want to talk politics. If you talk politics, we're not gonna do it. But we mentioned there was something really specific, like, oh yeah, so you know, billionaires. If billionaires just paid some more money. Oh no, it was like we should confiscate money from billionaires and use it to pay for this and that. And I was like, that's, you know, like. And then someone said, like, what about private charities? Like, you can do that with that. And they made some insane point, and I asked my friend, and he was like, oh yeah, well the thing is, like, you know, the type of person who makes billion isn't gonna spend a huge amount on this or that. And we had a good discussion, and I was like, oh yeah, that's interesting. We learned some things from each other, despite believing opposite things. And that's how politics should be, you know? That you should be able to learn things from people. Can we rant about toothpaste? We can. Oh yeah, so oh no, I was gonna say the communism thing. Because someone just said communism and it like hit me. Also, I agree, Christian Ingemel, communism. So everyone should redistribute their money to me via the super chat system. YouTube takes a cut, which is basically communism, right? What did you just say about Americans? There's America. I said Americans don't engage each other in political debate enough, and it hurts the whole system as a result, right? Like, everyone focuses on the niche issues that no one actually cares about. Like, right, well, the big issues are kind of left to the side, which is a big problem. Andrew, you're a lovely girl. Be my boyfriend. Good reference. It's 379 Thera. I like the reference. 10 out of 10. Get some reference points for me at least. So we're slowly coming to the end of the stream here. So I'm gonna try. Like we have 90 minutes with streaming. We could go a little bit longer, but we are quite close to. It's what is meant to be the end. But then I'll be clock baiting you if I go for any longer. Again, it's called clock bait when you tell people lies about your thing. Okay, I'm in with your communism, says Froton's GT. You know, can I just say, so this is, I believe this is royalty free. This is one of my favourite songs, and I'm not even joking. I swear to God, this is just one of the catches. It's in my head all the time. I whistle it. Oh, that's too loud, that's too loud. I swear, it's such a beautiful anthem. Like, I'm not a communist. I don't have any even communist tendencies, I don't think. But man, like, isn't there something glorious about this? Like, it's just like, yeah. You know, I'm just saying, like, on principle. Again, I don't care or believe in whatever the song represents. But like, can we all agree, if nothing else, that it's a beautiful, beautiful. Like, it gets you hyped. You're like, oh man, they must love their country. And if you look into the lyrics, it's like they're beautiful too. It's just, I'm just saying, the Soviet Union. It's not a good way to run a Minecraft server, but it's a good way to get an anthem built, I would say. Oh, welcome, Jura, for being the newest member in the stream. That's right, we have it. It's gonna show on screen for a second. But thanks so much, Jira. He has been one of the longest like standing people like in the Toy Cat community, let's call it. And he's officially joined the member crew. Well, it'll show up on screen in a second. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I'll play the USSR theme until that starts playing. It's gonna be weird hearing this overlap with the member thing. There we go. Now it's a mix between join stream, here's Soviet theme. Yeah, okay. But no, I really do love the USSR anthem. And I also love that Jura is a member. Hey! Even the 379 Hero agrees. It's not just me who likes the Soviet anthem. So get that right. That was the USSR's anthem. Let me now play. Okay, so let me play it one more time, just so you know. Thanos Katsun, just saying. Okay, so I should actually totally make it the Soviet theme, right? So bear in mind, this is the first 10 or 5 seconds or whatever of the Soviet theme. I don't even know what the words are, but okay, now let me play the Russian national anthem. And you're like, wait a minute, I'm sensing. I think they changed the lyrics from being instead of like Union of Socialists. I think they just say Soviet Republics. It's now like Rossiya. It's like the same. I don't know why that amused me so much. But like I remember I was whistling the USSR anthem in in Russia, and I was thinking to myself like, oh man, that's not good. Like that's gonna get me arrested or something. But then my friend was like, it's actually the same anthem, and I was like, oh, I'm just like a Russian nationalist apparently now. That's just who I am. So yeah, long story short, that's the thing I did. We're gonna extend the stream for a little bit. You know, I'm gonna clock bait you guys. Play the original USSR anthem. What one was I playing? What was different between mine and the one that you think was the anthem? First, Unbreakable Union of Free Republics, welded together. Yeah, it's Unbreakable Union of Free Republics. Which, can I just say, like, the USSR calling their things Free Republics, bit wild. Also, welcome to the sponsor club, Jira. If you don't know, Jira actually made a bunch of the emotes, or stole a bunch of the emotes as the official line. So now that he is paid, he can use his own emotes. He said something like that, and I found it funny. But yeah, we're not going to clock bait you guys. Actually, I'm going to clock bait you. I said 90 minutes. But you know, I'm going for much longer than 90 minutes. Clock bait, I've been late. I love the term clock bait. Like, I literally... It sounds like a really dodgy, like, website that someone gets you to click by accident and you regret a little bit afterwards. But clock bait is where you say the stream's going to be 90 minutes. And then you change it anyway. Can I also say... Okay, so... I've said before, I'm not like... I think on the internet, you're not allowed to be pro-EU. And I wouldn't say that describes me. But what I do like is the EU national anthem. It's just Ode to Joy. Again, I think as far as national anthems go, like EU is like up there. Again, this is the EU Ode to Joy. It's by Beethoven or someone. It doesn't actually have any official lyrics, but like it's a beautiful song. I think everyone knows like. Da, 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 da. And I just, I'm a big fan. I whistle it sometimes when I go to Germany. It's probably a good thing, bad thing. I'm not sure what it is. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to just go full on, get some extra clock bait going on here. It's been 91 minutes in the 90-minute stream. I have crueled you all. I'm sorry, I've crueled? Tricked? Was that the word I was going for? I have messed you all up. Check out Sovietville by Memetsky. There's remixes of the Soviet national anthem. There is no way that's a real thing. So I can't make a singing stream. I wish I could sing, but I generally don't even understand the concept of tone, let alone can do it. Also going up to 120 minutes. I'm not going to promise 120 minutes. I'll probably just do like another 15 or something. Again, I don't want to leave. I'm enjoying the stream today. It's a fun activity. For me, at least. So, Mother Russia is my city. Harbas is Phi. So, Toycat, what do you think of charcoal toothpaste? Isn't charcoal in toothpaste? It's one of those weird, like, ingredients you look at and you're like, man, I should not be putting this on my teeth. I am the man who arranges the blocks. I love that too, actually. Again, like, the Soviet, oh, fun fact, actually. Crazy fun fact. So, the Tetris is the best-selling game of all time. Minecraft is about to overtake it. Anytime in the next few months it will happen, but Tetris is currently the best-selling game of all time. But the person who made Tetris didn't make any money off it. Because in the Soviet Union, there's no proper copyright system. Or was not, I should say. It doesn't exist anymore. So, I mean, you can't make present tense comments about it. But, basically, yeah, so the guy who made Tetris never got paid for it. And he was upset that he made it. There's two famous Russian examples of this. So he made the Tetris, game, which is wonderful. It was just a popular game in Russia, but it spread outside Russia. He didn't, he doesn't get paid when that game's made. It's just in the public domain. It's a thing that people make. But he's really upset that he made the game because he made it with, it's called Type B. I want to say the theme is. It's I think it's Type B. Let's check. Theme B, sorry. Theme B, Tetris, yeah. If you know this song right here. Oh no, this isn't it. My bad. It's theme A, I guess. Theme A. It has to be theme A, right? Of course it's theme. Okay, it's theme A, I guess. Yeah. Tetris theme song. Okay, there we go. Oh no, we didn't get rid of our song. It's this song, yeah. So this is theme A. It's one of the most famous. It's one of the most famous like songs of all time. That's a Russian folk song that he turned basically into 8-bit as like a fun little cute thing. But because he did that, now that song is not known as the Russian folk song. One he loved. He had strong feelings towards that. It's known as, you know, theme A in Tetris. And I don't know why, but that's like the most tragic, heartbreaking thing to me. It's like, oh, he just wanted to make a... He just wanted to, you know, like, He just wanted to, like, make his favorite, like, folk song well known. But now the song is known as Tetris. No one even knows that it's, like, got that connotation attached to it. Which is kind of sad, in my opinion. But also, it's kind of interesting. Oh, the same thing's true. So I'd say the second most famous Russian thing is the AK-47, the Kalashnikov 47. That gun, the guy who made it, he just wanted to make an efficient assault rifle. But the amount of deaths that are directly attributable to the AK-47, the guy is just like, man, what have I done? I made a really efficient piece of machinery that's killed hundreds of millions, or tens of millions of people. Let's be fair. But like, millions of deaths are mildly indirectly on my hands. And it's like, oh god. Imagine having to wrap your head around that. Like, I made the AK-47, the world's most popular rifle that dictators around the world have used to suppress their people. Or, you know, the reverse, like, whichever way you want to see it. But it's like, oh yeah, that's going to weigh heavy on you, I reckon. That's going to weigh at least a little heavy on you. Make the member sound, the USSR theme. I kind of want to. I don't want to play too hard into the whole Russia thing, because of that one video that was communist. Or maybe just every video from now on is communist toy cat. Maybe communism is my real theme from now on. I don't know for sure. Oh, I stood on the arrows and I got slowness. Did you see that? Oh no, I didn't. It's speed. It just felt like slowness because I'm on ice. Let's put our pack dice and our snowballs away. Do 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 do. Again, I love that song. It's good. So yeah, there's a lot of video game music that I think you should know. It's just a good idea, and theme A is just like up there of like ooh, ooh. Again, this is one of the things that I think a lot of people don't like this about me, but. Well, not don't like this, but find this weird or find this not be okay. But like most of the music I like listening to is from video games or sometimes movies or whatever. But like I don't, you know, I like music that is, I guess, familiar from another source or whatever you want to say. So one of the things, comic cat emoji coming soon. Oh, there's a good idea. Oh yeah, so I heard about the thing that the person who made the Nike logo was paid $35. Because and honestly, that sounds unfair. But to me, that sounds perfectly fair, you know? Like, the guy who edited, you know, like, PewDiePie's most viewed video probably got paid $100 despite the video making. Let's make up numbers here, like, you know, 50 grand or something. And it's like, well, that's not fair. But I mean, it's like, he was contracted to do. You know, like, I think the idea of contracting out work is like, they get a fixed amount regardless. It's only unfair if they were only getting paid the $35 if it did well. That seems exploitative to me. But, like, as a designer, you usually don't get paid royalties. You can push for royalties, and maybe you should. Especially if you're the guy who designed the Night Tick. I don't know, it's an interesting thing. I know the person who designed the UI for, like, Windows XP or something. I want to say they got a royalty. A pretty huge one, actually, too, because he's a famous person. But, yeah, I would say, if you're designing for a big company, either ask for royalties or ask for more money. Because they can pay it if it's a good design. So, highest quality Minecraft content right here, right now. We live in the golden age of Minecraft content. One where ToyCat can in fact do this. The Nike logo is literally a stylized checkmark, like $35 seems like too much. You've got to remember that, what's the best example? I think it's Nintendo paid $100 million and they changed their logo from red to black. Some company did that. Maybe it was, CNN? A big company in America spent $100 million to change their logo from red to black. So on design scales, it's really cheap. Because you got to remember, like, good art isn't about components. Like, if I sell you a cake, I'm selling you the components it takes to make a cake, plus a markup on top, right? You know, because I need to buy a baking equipment and stuff. When you sell a design, you're selling your time and you're selling your intellectual ability. Nintendo went from red to grey to red. I hope it was Nintendo that paid 100 million to go from red to grey, and then paid like, you know, like I guess just eventually went back. This is the best content I've ever seen. Only the highest quality from Toycat. I even clock baited everyone today. But yeah, tonight we'll go, after the night falls in Minecraft, we'll go to sleep in real life too. Or like I'll start playing Fallout again. Oh man, I'm loving Fallout right now. I could nerd out about that game all day. Lindsay Dillon says, of course, it was in America. There's a lot of interesting. Again, I guess as a British person, you just learn a lot about America. It's just that place. Bubble Bum Gaming says, Toycat, what's your favorite game in your childhood? That's actually a good question. I think Super Mario 64 is definitely up there. I'm always depressed when I remember I can't play Super Mario 64 on YouTube. It's like one of those things that's like, that'd be a fun goal one day. But then it's like, oh yeah, Nintendo claims it. They'll take all that money for daring to play a 10-year-old game from theirs. But yeah, I'll listen to Soviet Field by Memensky on stream. It's royalty free. Yeah, no, I don't trust that anymore because this is the most absurd thing, right? But the Minecraft note block version of Toto's Africa got claimed by the Africa people, and then I used a different version, and it got claimed by like a Minecraft YouTuber. It's like, what? So yeah, no, I'm really cautious of using any music, because that's with the current filters. Remember, YouTube's copyright system always gets better. So you just, even if it seems like it's royalty free, even if they say it is, it's still a target to be attacked by. A lot of people made the mistake. Oh, we got a deleted message. Deleted by themselves, as it turns out. I want to learn that messages. But is it bad? Me and my team only just figured out Snow has physics. It's CR45. How do you say your name? Krufsaw? I'm assuming it's Krufsaw. But I guess so. Ice amount. I've got about 3 chests full of ice, or mostly full of ice. It's going pretty well, I'd say. But can you confirm or deny you're paid by the royal family to keep traditional British values? I don't think I do a very good job encouraging people to be British. I talk about things I like in America a bit too much. Sup from Singapore says, please, dear subs, please read description. Hey, what's up, man? I was just talking about how I'd totally love to move to Singapore for 3 months. Maybe get out of the EU for a bit. So, I'm a new sub here, but I love your videos and stuff. Please keep it up. Also, console editor is unstable. It lags, but I'm not sure if it's just me. Is this unstable? I love chill streams like this, which is a much more nice discussion. Also love the Fallout stream, just as nice to be honest, says MegCX. Oh, thank you, MegCX. I think I will do another stream of Fallout at some point. Today was just like my chill and play Fallout day. Like I literally had it earmarked, like, look, if you don't play, you know, like, I was like, okay, you know, most of my days I've got like a weird variety of things I've got to do. But today was like, Fallout. That's your thing. You're going to regret not having played this game if you don't play it today. So you're going to play it. If you want to cry, I'm joking on that stuff, but yeah, it's a thing. Glad you like the streams. And I'm hoping that everyone else here likes it. Imagine if everyone here's like, man, I hate this stream, but the effort to click the back button, like, who has that much time? I mean, really? I can't do it. Wife, not fi. It's my least favorite type of the Wi-Fi abbreviations. So, I'm personally excited for Battlefield 5, says Lock117. I'm actually controversial opinion here, but I'm kind of not, because Battlefield puts out a game every year, but unlike Call of Duty, where it's like 3 separate series, every Battlefield game seems to just replace the last one. So, I'm actually not feeling big on Battlefield 5. Oh, is J Davis Pro your ex's newfie yet? Wait, your ex's newfie yet? What does that even mean? What do I take from that message? And then there's another one. Wife, not... Oh, that's what the 2 messages came in out of order. Is J Davis Pro my ex-wife yet? Oh, right. J Davis Pro is in fact my ex-wife. It is confirmed. So, what happens if the 4 creepy in-dev mobs come back tomorrow? The creepy in-dev mods? Oh, the mobs from in-dev, the removed ones. Oh, man. I hope they don't ever come back. That would definitely be a bit too much for me. Anyway, the sun is setting, which means we're coming to the end of today's Toycat live stream. I hope you did all enjoy it. I had a lot of fun doing it. Apparently the subscriber count's been going crazy just this one stream. Like, I could be wrong on that. But, yeah, thank you very much for watching today's video. I'm sorry for clock baiting you all. I said it was 90 minutes, but it was 102 minutes. 103, let's say, by the end of this thing. But you know what? That will teach you to trust what you read on YouTube. But no, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, because I stream every Tuesday and Thursday. This was just a fun bonus stream. I'll probably be doing something ridiculous, like mining obsidian. So if you want to see a bunch of mining X for Y minutes, then you can see more of those later on soon in the channel. But yeah, for now, thank you very much for watching. What a beautiful sunset, and a good way for me to say goodbye. Love you long time.